12 years ago, I almost died after having an operation. I caught an infection and lost half a body's blood and had the most traumatic night of my life, as did my mother. From that night on, everything changed. Whereas before, even though I struggled in my daily life, I was able to keep that mask on and keep it all together. And I believe I was a really good mum and I was a good wife, and I did my best and I felt good, I thought. But then after this, no, everything changed. I couldn't do anything. I was so depressed, I didn't want to live anymore. I felt pain all over my body. I couldn't eat because my throat, I was swollen. I couldn't swallow anything. I couldn't be anywhere near noises because it hurt. I got disorientated if anybody moved too quickly. I had pain in every single part of my body. My hair went really grey. Well, I have highlights now, so that's fine. But everything was different. And I couldn't even communicate with my children properly, which my daughter, luckily she'd seen me when she was younger as, a happy-go-lucky mum, but my boy was only 2 when this happened. So he didn't have the mum he knew anymore. And I used to just lie on the sofa and do nothing because I couldn't cope. My marriage fell apart. I didn't see my friends anymore. I couldn't really go to the school. And when people tried to ask me how I was, I would try and hide it, but I couldn't, and I would just cry, and I'd just be really embarrassed of who I was, and I hated who I was. And I thought many times as I walked to school, when I did go, on the way back, I thought, will they notice if I just walk in front of this car? Will they notice when they get home that I'm not on the sofa anymore? Because I felt like a waste of space. And that what's the point of me? So my life just became my front room and the children and occasionally going to school and back and forth, but I would never go to events, I wouldn't do anything. So years went past and I accepted that life. And then one day I decided, no, I can't do this anymore. So I tried every kind of alternative therapy going, everything you can imagine, but nothing worked. Nothing worked. And that was nothing against the therapist or the remedies I was taking. It just wouldn't work. So I thought I'm unfixable. And so then I took up working with a company selling natural organic products. And that gave me a little bit of a confidence boost. And I started believing in myself a little bit. And that got me to go to events, which is where I met Maz. And so, it was, and that was, 10 years, no, so that must be about 7 or 8 years before I met Maz. And that was where everything changed. Now, I'm clearing my wardrobe, owning all my incredible, I shouldn't say, but sexy clothes again, feeling empowered. I'm joining art classes, ceramic classes, photography, and I've not been able to swim all my life because I almost drowned as a kid, so I was terrified. I'm doing adult swimming lessons because nothing holds me back now. And if I feel a slight, let's say, I don't know how to put this, if I feel slightly worried about doing something, I'll do it even more. I'll push myself. And I bounce back from any feelings I used to have, any self-doubts I used to have. I bounce back so quickly and I don't even notice I'm doing it. And those addictions I used to have, maybe with men, anything like that, I notice it, I'm aware within a short amount of time, and I can pull myself back from that too, which is huge because all my life I've attracted the same kind of guy. I would say they are all the same men, but they just have different faces, which is, I'm on my own now and I'm enjoying that time to find out more about me. So now moving forward, every day is incredible, and like simply walking through the woods and looking up at the trees and just being blown away by how beautiful everything is around me. I see who I am now. And I look back and I don't recognize that person. He just brought me it just gave me freedom. Freedom to express who I am, freedom to love my children, to spend time with them, and to also to not be in pain. So that is joyous. The fact that my children don't have to worry about my pain anymore. And actually incredible. I come home from doing something like my first day of swimming lessons, and my daughter says how proud she is of me because I'm doing something that I was terrified of, and I'm doing it and loving it. So it's allowed me to be free to venture into life and enjoy every single moment. And that's the thing, it's being in the moment, which I never did before because my past affected me so greatly and my future terrified me. So what was the point of living? But now there's everything in every moment of every day is super exciting. So 100%, it changed my life. And I felt like I was, without sounding too emotional, he saved my life.